In every pursuit of a higher power outside of yourself lies a cunning trick of the ego, a deception that distances you from your true power. We live in a world that constantly points you outward. Society, media, and even well-meaning traditions tell you that power lies somewhere beyond you. They show you illusions, status, wealth, approval, or even a distant god as the ultimate sources of fulfillment. But in chasing these illusions, you lose touch with your essence, your truth. Many people are conditioned to believe that if they could only acquire that success, that relationship, or that divine favor from an external source, they would finally be complete. Yet, the more they pursue these external idols of power, the more disconnected they become from the infinite intelligence within. Even religious teachings have been misunderstood to paint God as distant, a being to be reached through effort and struggle. This creates a void that fills the mind with fragmented images of power, leaving many feeling incomplete and powerless. Yet the truth has always been revealed through divine wisdom. The Bible whispers, "Be still and know I am God," not as a distant deity, but as the presence of the ultimate power within. The Quran reveals God is nearer to you than your jugular vein, pointing to the intimate connection with the divine essence within. If God, with its infinite power and intelligence, is this near but we continue to struggle and feel powerless, then there is only one thing that must change: the content of our minds. The mind that is filled with many voices and images from external sources of power becomes small, tired, and fragmented. It chases illusions, never finding peace. But when that mind is purified, when it is emptied of all external noise and idols, it becomes present, alive, and limitless. It aligns with the divine presence that is always here, now. This is the mind that is free to experience the unlimited power of the divine, not as a distant entity, but as an infinite presence within. A mind that is no longer fragmented by seeking outside, but is whole, pure, and connected to the source of all power. And now, our journey begins. A journey to purify the mind from illusions and align it with the essence of your true self. A journey to reconnect with the infinite power within, guiding you to your most authentic and powerful version. Imagine your mind as a pure lake. On a calm, windless day, the surface of this lake is perfectly still, reflecting the sky above with flawless clarity. In that stillness, the lake and the sky are one. They are united by the reflection. But the moment something from the outside is dropped into it, whether a piece of rubbish or a stone, the reflection is distorted. If it is rubbish, it floats on the surface, polluting the clarity of the lake. It obstructs the sky's reflection, creating a fragmented and incomplete image. If it is a stone, it disturbs the deeper layers, sending ripples across the surface. The sky appears broken into 1,000 pieces, shattered on the water's face. Yet, the sky itself remains whole, unchanged. It is the disturbance within the lake that creates the illusion of separation and fragmentation. Your mind is that lake. When it is still and pure, it reflects the divine oneness that is within and around you. But when it is disturbed by chaotic thoughts, fears, and external desires, the reflection becomes fragmented, creating the illusion of separation and limitation. The lake with intelligence knows that everything it desires, whether wind to dance upon its surface or rain to grow and expand, comes from the sky, from its presence and connection to it. This lake knows that its power comes from the sky, from the rain that nourishes it, not from droplets or debris brought from outside. It understands that the sky gives it rain because of its presence, its openness to receive. But in this example, if the lake loses its intelligence of knowing this truth and begins to seek power from outside, it starts to gather rubbish from the world around it. It collects distractions, illusions, and debris, believing they will make it more powerful or fulfilled. As your mind, like that lake, becomes cluttered with rubbish on its surface, whether from movies, toxic influences, or the waste of consumerism, it loses its purity and clarity. The chain of rain cannot form. The reflection becomes distorted. The connection to the sky is lost, and eventually the lake begins to dry up. This is the state of a mind filled with external idols of power. It becomes restless, chaotic, and disconnected from its source. It is trapped in a cycle of seeking fulfillment outside, never realizing that the true power is within. So now we recognize that our mind, like the lake, has accumulated dirt on its surface. In each of us, these impurities take different forms: false beliefs, distractions, toxic influences, but the way to cleanse them is the same. It begins with knowing a truth and then living in a specific state of being. The truth is this: no one can place any rubbish in your mind without your permission. Many people make excuses, claiming that society, circumstances, or others have polluted their minds. But the reality is you allowed it. If you knew that your mind has the power to access the highest intelligence and to help you create your desired reality, you would never give this power away to external distractions. If you realize that the rain, the source of nourishment and power, only comes from the divine presence within you, you would never let your mind get entangled in false distractions or external rubbish. You would understand that the sky is your consciousness, always present to guide you, help you grow, and fulfill your heart's desires. This is the key. Make the decision to stop allowing anything from the outside to enter your lake. Not by struggling against it, not by fighting it, but by simply seeing these distractions for what they are, requests for your attention. Acknowledge them, but do not engage. Instead, keep your gaze on the sky, on your consciousness, on the divine presence within you. Once you accept this truth and decide to guard the purity of your mind, you need a weapon, a shield that protects your lake. And that shield is silence. When you encounter something that tries to force its way into your mind, be it negativity, fear, or manipulation, don't react. Just be silent. Observe it without judgment, without curiosity, and without resistance. Then shift your attention back to the sky, to your consciousness, to the presence of the divine within. In this state of silence, you take away the power of external distractions, the illusions that try to present themselves as truth. These illusions, created by society, ego, or external influences, only have power if you engage with them. But by refusing to be curious or reactive, you dissolve their influence. By practicing silence, you reveal them for what they truly are: empty shadows that cannot touch the pure essence within you. In time, they will lose their grip and seek another mind that will give them attention. But your lake remains pure, untouched. By doing this, you're not only guarding your mind, but also expanding it. You are strengthening your connection with the source of infinite intelligence and power. The more you practice this, the more you will see that everything you need, every answer, and every form of guidance is already within you. This is how you align your mind with the oneness of the divine. You are responsible for the purity of your mind. The world will always try to throw distractions, illusions, and negativity your way. But if you make the decision to guard your mind and expand it by giving your attention only to your consciousness, then everything will change for you. Live in the truth that your power comes from the divine presence within, not from anything outside. Practice silence as your shield, and let your attention rest on the infinite intelligence that guides you. In doing this, you will not only purify your mind, but also align it with the divine oneness, experiencing the limitless power that is your true nature. If you have struggled, or if you have experiences to share, put them in the comments below. Your journey may inspire others, and together we can grow in the way of pure consciousness. Let's support each other in this path of awakening.